So welcome back to our New Year's special, and we decided to do a New Year's Day special where everybody's hungover, they're feeling like shit. We'll be there too, so don't worry about it. But we're filming it a couple days ahead of time.
Believe it, yeah, if we were filming this on New Year's Day, it probably would have started like, welcome to it. So let's,
How's your head after that?
That's great.
Yeah.
It's like a giant marble. We're all good.
Excellent. So we just thought we'd look back on the year of the show and some of the crazy, interesting things that have happened on the show. Like, so many episodes.
Oh my god. So many episodes, which is amazing considering how rarely we get together.
Yeah, people think we're together all the time. That's not the case. We sometimes will tell you some stuff about the show. It's that sometimes me and Rob get together and we will do 5 episodes in one sitting.
Oh my god, yeah, we can almost have to.
You have to, because we'll never get together again. And sometimes our energy is so good that we can sit down, we do 5 episodes in a row. It's real. We just change our shirts.
Yeah, we do. It's
That's
honestly,
the secret. But
now you know.
Yeah.
It's out.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is because with full-time jobs,
Yeah.
I got kids, I live hell and gone. So in the movie, when I said I bought a house, I bought a friggin' house.
And he moved away.
And I moved far, far away. So
But I gotta say, this year, yeah, you have moved away and all that, but I'm so happy that you got to do a lot of personal reviews that I want to see. I know we're creating this for an audience, but I always wanted to see Rob talk about Blastmaster.
Oh,
and he
that was
did.
a big one.
And Goonies.
Oh,
that
that
he
was
did.
so good.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you giving me those opportunities because, it's just they're games that, I'm really excited about and I want to...
Yeah, but they have so much meaning, and it's like I love putting them together for you. It's awesome. And there's more. You got more this year.
Oh
too.
God, I've got a ton of stuff that I want to
Yeah.
do this year. I've got so many.
Yeah.
That a lot that people have been asking for, stuff that people have not been asking for, and stuff that people have begged me not to talk about. And if you don't like it, too bad.
Yeah,
So,
we're gonna do it. I got you can't see off camera. You can see the pile of stuff to review. I got so many games that it's like, now is the time. This is the year that we can really rock and roll and get on with things. But anyways, let's look back on the year that we've done so many episodes that we wanted to do. We're really happy to get a lot of them done.
Oh, God.
A lot more to go though. Looking back in the start of after last year's Christmas special, the Wonder Boy creator.
Oh.
That was a highlight moment of the show for me. To get an illustrated sketch by the artist of Wonder Boy, to get a birthday card by the creator of Wonder Boy, blew my fucking birthday mind. It was crazy. I couldn't believe that. It's just that was a highlight moment. And then another highlight moment of the year was in this room right here. Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, was here. And Rob was very busy. He couldn't.
not for lack of an invite.
No,
let's say.
no, for sure not.
I mean, the heads up was given, but I mean, it was literally 8:00 on a Friday night after one of the worst weeks I'd ever had.
Yeah, it was
and I was
impossible.
in my pajamas, 3 beers into my evening. That's a good week when you're 3 beers in by 8.
I'm like, Rob, you gotta get over it. Charles Martinet, he's in the living room and he's drinking wine and he's hanging out with us all. You gotta get over here.
And the response was, I really wish I could have.
Oh, I felt so bad.
And I was almost crying. I felt so bad,
Yeah,
but I was like, I can't. I
Yeah.
really just can't.
And a little bit, I've never described kind of what happened that night and stuff like that. We had a really cool time. And the funny thing is, so there was quite a few people in the living room, and somebody said, Charles, it kind of went really quiet. I said, Charles, can I ask you a question? And Charles was like, yeah, sure, yeah. He's like, you've probably never been asked this ever before, but like, what is your favorite Mario game? And then he turns to everybody, he goes, that's really weird that you asked that. He goes, nobody has ever asked me that question. And he just starts laughing. That's his number one question that he is always asked. So he's like, I like them all. He gives that kind of response. Yeah. So I came in, obviously the kind of thing that me and you would ask, and I said, okay, what is your most nostalgic Super Mario memory for you? And he said, and he sat and thought.
That's a good one.
His answer was Super Mario Sunshine.
Really?
He said working on the game was a pure pleasure. Everybody was so excited about it. It was a really wonderful moment at Nintendo at that time, and the game didn't do well, and I loved it.
I love that game.
I know, we really liked that game. I don't know why I didn't get to love it. I'd love a HD remake of that game.
You know, I can hear that main plaza theme on the ukulele right now while we're talking.
Oh God, yeah.
And the Delfino people dancing in their grass skirts.
It's great stuff.
Yoshi spitting fruit juice.
So yeah, and also about that evening, what was really funny is that Kim. She's not a big drinker at all. She probably has one drink a month. It's a very small, like, whiskey and Coke type of thing, if that. Yeah. But Charles said, I gave him a beer, and he's like, do you have any red wine? I'm like, this I can do. So I just kept bringing these couple of bottles of wine out, and Kim was matching him.
Oh, dear.
Oh, okay. So they had some wine, you know, drinking quite a bit. We go to bed that night, and I wake up, and Kim's not going to like me telling the story, but I don't care. She's puking all night. I'm sleeping like a baby. I don't even hear anything, unfortunately. And so we wake up in the morning, and she's like, I'm so sick. I've been throwing up all night. Oh my God. I'm like, that's horrible, you know? And she's like, but it was so worth it. That was her time drinking with Charles Martinet. He was an amazing guy.
And how many people on this earth get to say that they hung out with and drank wine with Charles Martinet?
I got drunk with Charles Martinet. It happened here.
The secret.
It happened here. Another, looking forward, another big moment was when I got the chance to go down to Portland and meet some of the other shows, Richard Liberty, Vintage Video Game Geek, Nest Complex.
I wish I could have been there for that.
Well, next year.
Next year, and
We're going to try to hold them to it. We're going to try to hold them
No,
to it.
you don't have to hold me to it. Next year, and I'm putting it on film, and I'm putting it right out there. Next year, I'm going. I am going, and I will be there.
And then if we're lucky, we'll bring Hanzo back. And
hey.
and that's another highlight moment to mention is that the artist in the show, Hanzo, who lives in Germany, does all the artwork for the show. He has for years. You know, out of the goodness of his heart, because he's such a great guy. Now lives just down the street from me.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Rob helped him move in last week.
I did indeed.
Yeah. I helped him bring his TV in, you know, a little bit ago.
His tiny little minute TV that he bought.
Yeah. So yeah, like he's fully moved in. He lives down the road. So I'll have to get him on for a game chat. But he's very shy. He does not like to talk in front of the camera. But I'm gonna make him. We'll bring him hopefully to Portland too.
Yes.
That would be an excellent thing to do. But yeah, great times. Just one last thing for Portland. Hanging out with Alpha Mega Sin. I did a game chat with him. And here's something I've never got a chance to say because this is the New Year's episode. We can go on forever here. It doesn't matter. It was so great. For me and him, like we just hung out all weekend, and just like it was really cool and getting to know the person behind the camera. And one thing I like to say about Alpha Megasin is like a lot of people some people go, oh, I don't like him. He just rants. He's an asshole. They don't get that that's fun ranting that he does. He's enjoying himself. He's having a good time. But one-on-one. He's so down to earth, so relaxed. Go check out the Game Chat episode that we had.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, you know, it's really, really good times. Really relaxed gamers, you know, talking about movies and all that kind of stuff. This stuff that me and Rob do all the time. And you can see that's not what he's like. He's a really great guy. And go check out his channel, Alpha Omega Sin. Another highlight moment of this year as well was when I was in Portland as well.
Oh.
And I got the drawing. The print
Mega Man 2 art
by Mark Erickson, and I showed it to Rob. I surprised Rob one day after work, you know, that was a real trip. That was a real. And let me say this: Rob was surprised, shocked, got the reaction, but I didn't know how the video was gonna play out. How could I? I had this thing. I didn't know what the reaction was gonna be. I didn't know. Be like, oh, that's cool. Oh my God! I didn't know. And it went really well. Real life reaction from you.
Oh my God! It's still awaiting because I'm gonna frame it, but it's awaiting a proper. Like I'm gonna get a very nice frame for that. So I'm saving up some money for that.
Yeah, and the After Effect that happened is something that again.
Oh, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, something I didn't know what to expect. You know, you don't know what's gonna happen. But Mark Erickson actually features us on his site.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Rob's reaction on his site and did this whole write-up, and it really touched him. And I mean, like, that is huge. That is just so cool. That is energy giving energy, you know? Like, that is, you know, he inspired us as kids doing the Strider artwork and the Mega Man artwork and all that, and Thunder Force 2 artwork.
So good.
You know, so good in all the GamePro magazines. He inspired us. He was just part of our childhood. And then it's something that we were able to give something back to the artist, and that is a compliment on his work.
Yeah.
And that's all an artist really wants. You know, they get paid for the job and then move on to another job, but they don't really see any of the emotion that they can create. And that was so great that there was some real emotion there, and the artist got to experience that and got to see how much his game art had moved people out there. You know, very cool.
So amazing.
That was a great highlight moment of the show this year. One that I wasn't expecting. Another big highlight moment for me this year, a small thing. It was a big build up towards it, obviously, but was when I got married to Kim. And, you know, that was a huge thing. And I never got into a lot of detail. I didn't release a lot of video on it. I was keeping it kind of on the down low type of thing. But it was a wonderful event. All our families were there. I did the whole kilt thing because of my family name.
What a beautiful ceremony. It was
really nice.
Excellent. Like, you guys planned that out so well. That
was all Kim. Kim did all the planning. I just said, "Oh, that's cool."
So good.
Yeah.
You know, and it was fun.
Yeah.
And it was excellent. It was serious when it needed to be. There was a lot of laughter and a lot of happiness. It was great.
And one thing, I'm gonna let this play out in full for you guys because I think you'll get a kick out of it, and that is Rob's best man speech. And I just get a chance to say to you in front of everybody else, and I said to Rob at the end of the evening, I said, "You were the best man," you know. He really was. The day, you know, the morning of, there for me, you know, when I couldn't get my shoes on, you know, because I'm like so freaking out, trying to get everything prepared and all that. Rob was the voice of coolness and really led me through it all really wonderfully. And he did a best man speech that was just, and here's the thing, this best man speech is off the cuff. You had something written down, didn't you?
I had like a few little sort of bullet points of things that I wanted to mention. But it was basically, it was from the heart.
Yeah.
It was entirely from the heart.
And he just said it like off the cuff. And it's really cool that you can see the reality behind the scenes of all the stuff that we talk about. And Rob goes through all the times when I was hanging out and stuff like that. And really wonderful. And I'm going to let it play out right now.
I'd like to thank you all for being here to hear my request for parole. Oh. That's tomorrow. No, you know what? It was truly an honor when John asked me to be his best man. I've known him since about 1987, when he used to hang out with my older brother and his friends playing Dungeons and Dragons. As a little brother, I was forbidden to join in, of course. You can't have the little guy running around, that's a problem. But I would often sit outside the room and listen to these tales and adventures that would be spun from the other room, and the most passionate participant, the most creative of them was always John. He could spin stories that he didn't have to read out of books. They just came. They happened, and they flowed so naturally, you'd swear it was something he'd already had written down. It was incredible. But as often happens with these games, arguments amongst the more technical-minded broke out for hours, as I'm sure that Andrew Rutz can also attest to, over the most insignificant of details. And John would get bored. Understandable. And so he'd drift into the other room where I'd be playing with muscle things, building Jenga block forts, posing action figures, or playing with my toys, or playing my Nintendo, and he'd sit and spend a bit of time with the little fella, and it was really cool. He was always really good like that. Now, as hardcore and stubbly as the Dungeons and Dragons set was in those days, you know, all the ladies loved him. John decided to take a slightly different course through high school. He found a new crowd of friends that were slightly rough around the edges. He had purple hair with bangs down past his chin. He mastered the art of the skateboard. He could ollie over 5 stacked decks any day, any time. He became a master at Street Fighter 2 and was the first one to drag somebody out back of the arcade if they cheaped him on the second round. He still played some video games, but you know, he didn't talk about it as much. He wasn't as openly discussing of it nowadays. He had an image to maintain after all. And then in the mid-90s, we bumped into each other almost by chance. We chatted a bit, and he said, you know, I should give him a shout sometime. Now, I've been watching this amazing new cartoon called Sailor Moon, and was amazingly addicted to it. And I phoned him one day and said, hey, have you ever heard of this thing called anime? And there was this audible pause. And then I heard this, Get down to my house now. And he hung up. That was it. So I got on my bike, rode down to his house, and I walked in. He met me at the front door with a cup of tea, because you don't go to his house without tea. It just doesn't happen. And so I took my cup of tea, we went downstairs, and he showed me 300 video cassettes of anime, all from the house show. And my education began. But now, this is the thing, is he was a founding member of the Vancouver Anime Society. He was very into these things. At that time, though, I was amazed by this because this super cool, super awesome guy would spend time with me. You have to understand, in high school I was a white Steve Urkel. The super swinging ladies' man with Coke bottle glasses and a big pair of braces. I had no social skills. I hadn't really had a lot of friends. And he took me under his wing. He did. He taught me everything I needed to know, just in social situations, how to better myself, how to be confident, how to be a stronger and better person. He's always been good like that. And then he trained me in Street Fighter. And that was a powerful, powerful awakening. I still haven't beaten him yet, that he'll admit to, but, you know.
I think I was drunk that night.
And through all those years, I learned his dirty little secret. The man of steel is the biggest softie you'll ever find. He'll never admit it. He'll never say it out loud. He's got a heart of gold. Now, along with his tough image, John has been known to be quite the ladies' man. He's always been very suave, very sophisticated, very easy to talk to the young ladies. He dated quite a lot. But dated. It's an important thing to this. Dated. He was never really serious with anyone. And for years I couldn't understand why. And then I figured it out. He's bloody picky. He is downright bloody picky. And there really wasn't anyone that was going to be good enough for our nibs. Oh no. He had to be someone very special. And I didn't think it was going to happen, I'll be honest. He's so bloody picky, he's never going to find the right one. Never. And then one day, he tells me that he's met this girl at work. Yeah, maybe we'll go on a date. She's all right. Yeah, we've been on a few dates, it's all right. You know, playing it cool, places well. Cards very close to this. But every time they went on another date, you could hear it. A little bit of excitement when he talked about it. A little bit of a glow, you know, sparkle in his eyes. And then one day, I got to meet her. And she was a bright spark, just bubbly, happy, exciting, vivacious, full of life. The perfect compliment. It was incredible. And you know, I've seen them together. The way they look at each other, the way they look at each other tonight. That's love. It's beautiful. I mean, she's everything you could have ever asked for. She's beautiful, smart, outgoing, strong-willed, independent. She's got a sense of humor as messed up as his. That takes some doing. And on top of all that, she's willing to put up with him. So, you've picked a winner there. Honestly though, John, you're a very, very lucky guy. And I'm very glad to see you so happy. And Kim, you're lucky too. Because John is one of the nicest, most genuine people out there. He's been a great friend. He'll be an excellent husband. And perhaps someday he'll be an amazing father. So to you guys, the best of luck in your life together. May it be full of happiness, joy, laughter, and as few tears as possible. I love you guys.
That speech just is just so fantastic. Yeah. I can't believe you ad-lib this stuff. Like, Robbie's unbelievable. I need everything written out most times if I'm getting in front of an audience. And I was the best man. I'd have to have everything perfectly out. This guy's just like, there's no problem. No problems. Just saying, no problem. I was impressed.
I actually have more trouble with scripts than just speaking because I like it to just be, it has to be from the heart, especially something that important. I mean,
Yeah.
And I was so honored to be your best man.
Yeah.
Like, it was a big honor. I know that, I mean, you've had a lot of friends that you've had longer, that you've known longer. So to be asked was huge for me.
It was
meant
yeah.
so much.
You know, yeah, I know, it was the best choice ever. It was fantastic. So, and guys, the show is not over yet. We have one more treat we've saved to the end.
God.
Before, like, this is like 7 years plus. Probably like 8,
Oh,
7 or 8.
long ago.
Long ago,
In the
when I
before
was a
time.
smoker, so you can see that I was a thinner guy. We had another friend of ours, Aaron, and we set up in the living room. This is before I had a show. We just did this for fun. And I was just testing out some editing, and so we just did this for.
This is the shit we used to do before we had a show because we always loved getting the camera out and being stupid. And this was
us being absolutely stupid.
Stupid.
You know? So what we did was we got dressed up all goth-like, and I had long hair. You can see I had long hair. This is why I used to wear the bandana. And we did a air band, a complete air band. Rob has the Guitar Hero guitar. Aaron had made out of his shield, he made this drum set.
Yeah.
And he created this 80s look for himself. And I went all like gothed up punk or whatever. And I sung Dynamite Explosion from Macro 7. And I do not like Macro 7 at all. But
Except for that song.
Except for that song.
That song.
Oh, man.
And can I apologize now to everyone that this is going to be stuck in your head probably for at least a week.
Yeah.
You're going to be singing it to yourself going, oh God, why am I singing that?
Yeah. And we're just going to start right in the middle of the song, right here.
の瞬間なのさ Dynamite, dynamite, dynamite explosion once again. 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 Dynamite, dynamite every day, every night, everywhere.
Dynamite explode. Oh my god.
Once again, and once again, can I apologize to all the people that suffered seizures and vomiting from how stupid and retarded that was.
You know, it's the New Year's episode, and we wanted to create something. We wanted to put in something fun from years ago that we did, and
This
I
is
think
partly,
it's hilarious.
and it's also partly to prove to you guys that we've been doing stupid shit in front of a camera for a lot longer than we've been doing it on YouTube.
that is so true. And we have some other things that we filmed way back in the day that we're gonna release in the future. Maybe next New Year's we'll release another stupid video.
Or maybe we'll just pop them out randomly and surprise the shit out of you.
It could happen. So, guys, we hope we've cured a little bit of your hangover, or we've made it worse. We don't know, you know. But we wish all you guys, Happy New Year. We got a lot of videos coming into the new year. We're really excited about going to the new year for the show. It was wonderful.
And can we also say thank you to everyone who supported the show, who stuck with us, who subscribed, everyone that's been with us for the 6 years we've been doing this now, and for everyone that's joined us recently. Thank you so much, guys, for helping us. Just watching and letting us keep being idiots for you.
Yeah, and the thing is, we don't have 1 billion subscribers, but we have the right subscribers.
We have the best subscribers.
And we noticed that.
Yeah.
We definitely noticed all the likes and all the wonderful comments. I'm telling you, I don't have to delete any comments. I don't have to. There's some guy going, "Hey, fuck you, you bald son of a bitch," and you fucking gay bastards, go have sex in the alleys.
Why were they calling you bald? That's not cool.
But we've got all the right people.
So supportive.
We have a mature audience, and we're really happy to have you. And by mature, we mean from 11 years old up to 80 years old. But we have the right kind of maturity, and we love it. So we'll keep on, hopefully, entertaining you into 2014, guys. So, anyways, guys, until next time.